Hello friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. Today is going to be my monthly Roundup review where I'm going to chat about all of the products that I tried out in the previous month. So I have quite the pile here. I'm excited just to give you my thoughts on everything. In case you're new to these videos, I'm never intending on being braggy. I'm very grateful for any PR I receive or anything I'm able to buy for myself. And this is just a way for me to be transparent on everything that I have tried and give you kind of a rounded up place for all of my thoughts and feelings, just my general consensus on all these various things. I do always love just kind of reflecting on everything I tried, what stood out, what were some major hits, what were maybe some misses. I'm gonna get into all of that with you. I love hearing your thoughts on these as well, so feel free to leave them in the comments as you're watching this video. And before we get into it, I did of course film this look. It should already be up on my Instagram and YouTube shorts by the time this video goes up. And as far as my accessories today go, this necklace I believe is Shop Sun & Co. These little huggies are from AMO NYC, and this ring is from Murin Grand. And without further ado, let's just hop in and chat about all of the products that I tried in the month of July. The first thing I tried is a palette that isn't super new, but it's new to me. It's the What's Up Beauty Dragon Eye palette. She's so cute. I included this in like a 3 looks, 3 palettes type video. I've done looks with all of these products that you're gonna see in this video, so you can check my various platforms, YouTube, Instagram, all that good stuff if you wanna see some inspo and see everything in action. But this is what she looks like. We have 12 pans, a mixture of mattes and shimmers. The shimmers in this palette are really, really impressive. I've used one of their palettes in the past, and I remembered liking it, but it'd been a while since I'd used their formula. And I was impressed. I felt like the mattes performed really well. They were very easy to blend, very pigmented, but the shimmers are definitely where this palette shines. Everything is so just smooth and shifty and wet looking and so, so beautiful. I was very impressed with this, and I'm happy to have this one in my life. Next up, Gourmande Girls came out with a new peach collection. They also launched some lip oils, so I have one of them. It's in the shade Chocolate Cake. They came out with a variety of different shades if you're interested. I imagine they're all gonna be very sheer with just a tiny tint of color, but I can only speak on this one. It literally smells like chocolate. It's so yummy. This is very smooth. I liked the application of it. Again, it's very sheer, basically just looks clear, but it does feel really comfy on the lips. So if you like lip oils and you're looking for a new one, these could be ones to look toward. They also came out with the Peach Perfect palette, which I am so into. I think this is such a beautiful color story, a beautiful take on kind of a peach vibe. I love the mixtures of the sages and the blues and the greens and the peachy, orangey shades. It's so fun. It contrasts and complements so well. I love Gourmande Girls formula. I feel like the mattes are just so very easy to work with. They pack a punch, but they blend out with such ease, and the shimmers are so pretty. They have beautiful shifts, beautiful tones. I love the texture of them. They're not like that squishy emollient feeling that I know not everyone vibes with. These are just gorgeous. I'm very impressed with this. This is definitely probably one of my favorite palettes they've done. Besides the Halloween-y Doodles by the Bunny palettes, this one is definitely up there. I just love this whole vibe. And actually, I'm pretty sure Doodles by the Bunny helped with the packaging design for this as well. And they make a great team together. The brand GenenC reached out to me wanting to send me a couple things. I had never really heard of this brand before, but I was interested in trying some of their stuff out. First being this little cheek color. I think it's like a cheek and lip color, but I pretty much always use products like this on the cheeks. This is in the shade Dragon Fruit. It's cute. I feel like I have quite a large variety of cheek products in my collection, especially like liquid and creams and stuff like that. So, I mean, this was fine. It's cute. I like the color. It blended out nicely. I just don't know if this stands out insanely in my collection, but I'm not mad at it. I definitely think it performs nicely. I maybe just need to give it some more love to decide if it's something that like really stands out. I guess we'll decide by the end of the year, right? When I do my annual makeup collection and declutter series, we'll see if this one makes the cut, but I don't really have any complaints with it. I just don't know if it stands out for me. I also have this eyeliner pencil in the shade Milano. It's just a brown, but it applies nicely. It stays put. I don't really deal with eyeliner leaving my waterline too bad anyways, but it stayed put. It smudged out nice when I wanted to smoke it out. I have browns in my collection, but this is one that I've reached for and I probably will continue to reach for. I have the mascara. I've tried this a couple times. My lashes are very straight and stubborn and don't want to hold a curl, and this just doesn't really help with that either. It's black. It doesn't smudge all over my face throughout the day, but unfortunately it just does not hold a curl in my natural lashes, so this isn't one that I'm like obsessed with. But I don't think it's bad. It didn't make my lashes look bad. It just didn't give them the curl in life that I personally need, which typically I need to find in a waterproof. It's very rare that a non-waterproof mascara does that for me. And last, I have this lipstick in the shade Margaret. I actually really liked this. I think the formula is nice. It's a very nice kind of satin matte sort of texture where it doesn't make my lips look and feel dry, but it's not super creamy emollient either. The color's nice, just like a pinky neutral. I think it's cute. I'm not mad at it. And I also do love this like bright packaging. I think that's really, really fun. Dede Signature came out with some new things. They came out with a new palette and some new multi-chromes, which I'm very excited about. The multi-chromes that they sent me are the shades number 1, 4, 7, and 8. I think these are so pretty and reflective and just so transformative. They are very show-stopping. When I've worn these, I've gotten compliments both in real life and online, and I think these are super cool. And if you just need some new singles in your life, these are super fun. And they have a few more shades, obviously. I don't have all of the ones they launched, just these 4, but these 4 are very beautiful. Then the palette is the Chromebook Volume 1, so I have to assume more will come in the future. But it kind of opens like a book, and we have so many duochromes. It is a full duochrome palette, so many cool shifty shades. You could use them by themselves for very iridescent soft looks. You can top them on top of wings like I like to do. You can pair these with any mattes that you see fit. Very fun kind of transformative, sparkly companion palettes. Very just shifty, sparkly shades. I really, really like this. I'm not always one to favor an all shimmer palette, but I do feel like these are really special. I think the different shades that are in here are really cool. And if this is something you need in your collection, just like a one-stop shop for a bunch of different sparkly, shifty duochromes, this could be a great one to look toward. And by the way, as always, I'll have all of these products linked in my description box, as well as any discount codes if I have any. Kate Somerville sent me a couple cleansers that I'm actually really, really liking. They sent me the Goat Milk Moisturizing Cleanser as well as the Exfoliate Cleanser. I've been using like basically both of these every single day. I'll use one in the morning, one at night, and I've been loving them. I've been using them for about probably 3 weeks straight at this point, and I think they are beautiful. The exfoliating one is very gentle, but it makes my skin feel so soft and looks so good. And then the goat milk one is just very moisturizing and very soothing feeling. They feel so nice. I'm really, really excited about these, and I'm actually getting kind of low. I've already used to here on the goat milk one. I've used to about here on this one. I have a feeling my husband Zane has been using this one because this is the one that lives in my shower. But that's good. That means 2 people are loving a product. Colourpop sent me a package with some of their So Juicy things that I did not previously have, and I'm enjoying them. These are all part of the So Juicy plumping line, first being the So Juicy plumping lip liners. Now, I've mentioned this before already, so I apologize if this is redundant, but I don't personally find these to be overly plumping. I do get a little bit of that minty sensation, but I don't really feel like they are plumping, more so just has that minty kind of feeling. But I do love these. They are very emollient, very creamy. If you like a drier texture with a lip pencil, you probably wouldn't like these at all, but these are very creamy, very blendable. I've been using these almost every day. I think these are so nice. I have 4 of the shades. I have the shades Jaguar, Love That, Slay, and Westwood, and I think there's some more shades that I do eventually want to pick up just because I think this formula is absolutely beautiful. I'm wearing the shade Love That with a gloss today, and I just think this is such a beautiful formula. I'm very impressed. I also have 4 of these So Juicy plumping lip oils. These are really, really nice, very much that thin, very sheer lip oil kind of texture and look, but with a plumping twist. I love the plumping sensation. I love a plumping lip product. It's one of my favorite things. Even with like the lip liners where I didn't notice like a plumping effect, I still just like that tingly sensation. I think it's so nice and refreshing. And these are cute. I've enjoyed these. I have the shades Baby Panda, Beverly Drive, Flirty Text, and It's a Date. And again, these are all very sheer. They don't give too much color payoff. It's very much just a little kiss of color, but I do think these are very, very cute. And I like how just thin and comfortable they feel. And last, I got some of these So Juicy Plumping Gloss Balms. It's one of those like formulas where they're in these little sticks and you click the little clicky at the bottom and it's kind of like a glossy lip balm texture. I know a few brands have come out with this type of formula recently, especially. I don't think it's like a brand new thing to the industry, but recently it seems like that's a trendy product. But it's my personal first time using this type of a product. The shades that I have are Berry Spritz, Dough, Dolled Up, Passenger Princess, and Tea Sesh. And I like these. I feel like they give a cute little sheer kiss of color. They're very lightweight. I was worried these would be kind of goopy. I don't really have anything negative to say about these, but I just feel like for me personally, these just aren't gonna become like my go-to type of lip product. As far as glossy products go, I think I just prefer more of like a traditional gloss or lip oil over something like this. But again, I don't think these are bad. Again, I don't have anything negative to say. I just don't know if they're gonna become my go-to thing, but I do think they look cute and they feel nice. I just don't know if the application is my favorite thing. Ensley Rain came out with their Flourish and Flutter collection. It is quite an extensive collection. We have 2 palettes, loose shadows, single shadows, lip glosses, and blushes. Quite a hefty collection. We have the Flourish and Flutter blushes, very much a like peachy shade and then a vibrant magenta. I think these are okay. They applied very pigmentedly. Is that a word? It is now. But I felt like I was able to blend them pretty decently. The magenta one was a little bit trickier. And I feel like by the time I got them applied, I feel like they looked okay. But I don't know if this is my favorite blush formula upon reflection. I feel like they're just, I don't know, maybe, I don't even want to say too intense because I like a lot of blush, clearly. I just feel like there's maybe better blush formulas. I feel like this one could use some tweaking. Maybe it could be just a little more blendable. There could be some changes made, but I don't think these were bad. If these seem like your kind of colors, I don't think you'd be mad at them, but just go into it expecting lots of pigments. Light hand will go a long way. I have 2 lip glosses, again, the Flutter and Flourish. These are very crazy reflective, a little bit intensely iridescent, very almost metallic looking on the lips. If you use just a very small amount paired with a lip liner, you get a little bit of that sparkly effect without it being overkill, but going in with a full opaque layer of this is a little too metallic looking for me personally. I feel like maybe if they had a little bit more of a sheer base, it would translate better. There are 6 loose shadows in this collection. These are very sparkly, very fun, a little messy, but they give you just such a beautiful dusting of shifty magic. The shades are Daffodil, Fairy Meadow, Fluttering Fantasy, Gaia's Gaze, Honeysuckle, and Moonlit Garden. These are just enchanting. They're so special. I feel like they complement the shades in the palette really well while offering their own special thing on their own. There are 4 single shadows in here as well. I talked about these, I believe, in last month's Roundup review, also from Ensley Rain. But there are 4 singles for this collection specifically as well. Shades are Hibiscus, Monarch, Shattered Wings, and Whispering Willow. Again, I feel like these stand alone on their own so beautifully, but they also complement the things in the palettes super beautifully. I love their formulas. I feel like they're just very smooth on the lids, very shifty, very sparkly, so super pretty. And last, we have the Flourish and Flutter palettes. We can talk about the Flourish first. Just very colorful, vibrant, almost neon with some of the shades, very pretty shifty shadows. Some of their shimmers do have a little bit more of that squishy texture, which I just want to point out because I know it's not everyone's favorite thing. I personally don't mind it. I don't have creasiness issues with the shimmers, but I know that's not everyone's cup of tea. But these are so pretty. I love the way these colors all play together. It's just playful and fun and so summery. And the Flutter is definitely my favorite of the 2. I just love these like grungy forest nymph kind of vibes. I love these different shifty shadows. They transform so beautifully on the lids. I love these murky tones. It's just so pretty. I think their mattes blend out beautifully. Their shimmers are super show-stopping, and I'm just always so impressed. I got gifted the Till Death palette from Jolie Beauty from one of my friends and clients in my salon, and it's so pretty. I love these kind of like murky, dingy tones. I love the olives, the muted roses, the slatey blue grays, the cool tone browns, plummy shades. It's just all so pretty. I think their vibe with this was supposed to be kind of like alternative wedding makeup, and I'm definitely here for it. I think this is really cool. I've used one of their palettes in the past, and I do feel like this is an improvement from what I last tried. I feel like aside from mattes in their previous palette that I tried, it was just only satins and then pressed glitters, which I didn't love. This has a little bit more variety. I feel like the glitters that are in here aren't that gritty pressed glitter feeling. They have a little bit more of a shimmery glitter kind of feeling. There are still some satins in here, but there are also just some really pretty metallics. I still feel like I would rather there just not be any satins at all. Personal preference, but this is a step up from what I've tried in the past. I think the mattes are very pigmented and blend nicely, and overall I like this. I've had a good time with it. I think it's grungy romantic, and I think it's very cool. I made a Lunar Beauty purchase. Lunar Beauty recently launched liquid blushes, and I picked up 3 of the shades. I think there are 6 total, and I'm kind of wanting the other 3 at some point. I have the shades Bloom Bella, Mauve Mommy, and Preciosa Pink. I've worn these so many times. I think they are so beautiful. I love the doe foot applicator. They apply and blend out so beautifully. A little goes such a long way. I love topping different powders on top of them. I love pairing various ones of these together. I just think this is such a gorgeous formula, kind of similar to the Rare Beauty one. And I'm really liking these. I think these shades in particular are so pretty. I'm very drawn to the Preciosa Pink, the very cool toned pink. It is so cute. I really like these. I'm very impressed. And while I was on the site, I went ahead and picked up the Moonshroom palette that I didn't previously have, but kind of wanted. And I'm honestly so glad I did. I've been having so much fun with this palette. It is murky, grungy garden magic. I love the mustards, the weird chartreusey shades, the yellowy browns, the different like tealy blue, the purples. It is just so cool. It's murky yet still kind of vibrant. It is so much fun. I love the formulas. The shimmers that are in the middle just have a beautiful metallic reflect to them, and the mattes blend so nicely. I am so glad I treated myself to this because I was wanting it. Didn't pick it up initially, but I'm so glad I have it now. I think it's so much fun. I recently got a package from Makeup by Mario that included some of their sticks. I have one of their soft sculpt sticks and 3 of their blush sticks. The soft sculpt shaping stick that I have is in the shade Fair. I feel like this blends out really nicely. I've been using this as like my bronzy contour for the last 2 to 3 weeks now, and it's very creamy, very blendable. There is a stick on the other side of all of these. I personally just like, I don't know. I don't love using the brushes that come on products like this. I did try this once. I don't know. It didn't impress me. I'd rather use my other brushes that I know and love, but this product itself is really nice, and I feel like it's a very soft tone. It's not too gray, but it's not orangey at all. It's a very nice kind of natural kind of sort of color, you know? It just looks like a very natural shadow without it being gray. Then I have 3 of the blush sticks. I have the shades Pomegranate, Soft Peach, and Watermelon, all kind of reflecting what you would expect. I have a soft peachy shade, a darker red, and a more vibrant red. These are a lot of fun. I think they're very pigmented. They blend out nicely. I like just going in with my brush on the product itself and kind of dabbing it on and then going onto my face rather than like drawing a stripe and then blending it out, but that's just personally what's been working for me. I do feel like these are very movable, very emollient. I feel like if I don't top a powder blush on top of these are going to move around. Like if I accidentally like get a hair across my cheek or touch it a little bit, like it's going to move around. It's gonna leave a mark. So just keep that in mind if you're interested in these. I just feel like by themselves, unless your hair is out of your face and you're not gonna touch your face at all, I would recommend topping a little bit of something on top just to set it down, because otherwise they do move quite a bit. But I do feel like the pigmentation is nice, and I think the colors are lovely. They're just a little mobile. Rare Beauty came out with their finishing powder, and I have been loving it. I was kind of unsure how I'd feel. I'm just not usually a big pressed powder kind of girl. I typically, if I'm going to use a powder, I like a loose setting powder. But this finishing powder is really nice. It's different than a setting powder. It's not just going to give you that translucent kind of set. This has a little bit of tint to it. There's a few different shades. I also do have the powder puff that I've really been enjoying. I'm a powder puff girl, so I'm happy to have another one because I use these all the time. But this does have a little bit of tint. You can use it by itself. I have used this with only concealer a couple times and it looks beautiful. It just gives my skin a soft, little something without it looking like I have a lot of heavy product on. But I also can set my face with this as well. I can kind of use it to set my under eyes, my creasy zones. I can layer it on top of other products. And I feel like no matter what I do, this has always looked beautiful. I feel like everything just looks smooth. My skin stays looking good pretty much all day long, and I've been really impressed with this. So way to go, Rare Beauty. You came out with another banger. Urban Decay sent me their new setting spray, the All-Nighter Hyaluronic Acid plus Watermelon Fruit Extract setting spray. This has been really nice. I feel like it does give me that boost of hydration. It kind of sinks all of my makeup into the skin nicely. I personally don't use setting spray with the intention of it making my makeup last longer. I feel like that comes from the primers and products and application. Personally, I feel like what setting spray does is just helps everything to sink into the skin nicely, give an all over good appearance and take away any dryness, because I am more normal to dry skin, and this helps beautifully with that. I like the spray, I like the finish. I think this is nice. I've used like the classic all-nighter in the past, but I do like this hyaluronic acid version. I think it's very nice. I made an Ulta purchase recently just for some like brow restocks that I've talked about 1,000 times, but one new thing that I did buy was the Soft Glam Satin Foundation. I've been loving this. I've only been using it for about a week and a half, 2 weeks now, and I've been loving this so much. I have the shade Fair Neutral. It is beautiful. I was worried I wouldn't like this because I tend to prefer more of a sheer to light finish, and this is more of a medium buildable. So I was like, this might be too heavy for me. It might be too much. I find if I just use a small amount and blend it out with my brush and just don't go overkill with it, it is not too much at all. And it leaves such a beautiful, like natural satin radiance where it doesn't look dewy luminous, but it looks like natural radiant, if that makes sense. It just looks youthful and pretty and not flat. This is such a nice foundation, and I'm so glad that I've been loving it because I was a little worried I wouldn't like it, but it ended up being a great purchase. Beaute Bar launched their new collection, first being the Lush Lash Mascara. Before I dive into the palettes, this is one of the exceptions to my mascara rule where usually it has to be waterproof to even remotely hold a curl. This actually holds a curl in my lashes, and I showcased that in my recent 3 looks, 3 palettes video toward the end of the month. My lashes stay up really nicely. It gives them pretty good length. I've really been enjoying this. I'm very impressed, and I'm surprised it's worked as well as it has. We have the Baked Blush Palette, which I am wearing today. I'm kind of wearing a combination of 2 shades, Shortcake and Strudel. This is such a cute palette. I love this. I do tend to prefer more luminous blushes when it comes to powder, but for these being matte, I feel like my other products can still peek through nicely. I feel like the color selection is beautiful. The blendability is so nice. And I just think this is so cute. These colors are so much fun, and I'm very excited to continue using it. We also have 2 palettes, first being the Melted Mattes. This is a 20 pan palette of half neutral, half neon. It is so much fun. I'm using it in conjunction with something else that I'll talk about in a second today. Like I have all these neons on my lower lash line, and I think this is so fun. And this is, I think, the first time I've had neons in my collection that are this smooth and creamy. I feel like when I've tried neon mattes in the past, they tend to be a very dry texture. They can be very finicky, and these have a really nice like blendability, creaminess. They're so soft. I am so impressed with this. I'm not a big neutral girl, so I'm not gonna get a ton of love out of the top half of the palette just personally, but I feel like if you're someone who loves just staple neutral looks and wants to add pops of fun, this could be a great palette for you. Or if you just really want some nice neons and don't mind having some neutrals on the side like me, this is great. I've been so impressed. I love Beaute Bar's formulas. And the other part of my eye look and of this collection is the Molten Chromes. This is so cute. It is just 6 really pretty, shifty, magical shades. I have 1 shade all over my lids and then 1 shade as my inner corner and face. But this is just so cute. I love the combination of tones in here, just really pretty shifts, a really good companion to bring in with other things. This is so fun. I think this is a fun little addition, and the packaging just kills me. It's like waffle cone look. It's adorable. Glaminatrix also came out with a new palette. It's the Barely Basic, and it is so fun. I was kind of nervous based on the name because I don't want a basic eyeshadow palette. This is beautiful autumnal neutrals with a twist, and I am so here for it. The mauves, the pumpkiny rusty oranges, the olives, the cool tone browns, all these really pretty shifty transformative shimmers. I love these iridescents at the top, and then the ones on the second row just have a little more pigment, but they're still just very shifty, very smooth in texture. I am so impressed. The mattes blend like butter. This is such a good palette. Like, this is going to be in my autumn favorites. I can feel it now. It is going to be such a staple. This might possibly be my favorite palette this brand has ever done. I think this is absolutely insane. It's so gorgeous. Kidos recently reached out to me about sending me like any restocks that I needed, and I'd mentioned that the only thing I didn't have from them that I was aware of were the lip glazes that they launched, I think, a year ago. It was part of a whole collection, but my mind kind of forgot about that collection as a whole, and I was only zeroed in on the lip glazes. So they said they were gonna send them to me, and they did send me that. And they sent me the 2 quads from that collection, which I did give to a friend because I'm just like not a huge fan of their quads. I want more of their exciting palettes back. And they sent me the 4 blushes from that collection, and I want to start there. I remember when other people got that collection when it first launched, saying that these blushes were super pale, and then as time has gone on, I've kind of forgotten about them, and then they arrived in my package, so I got re-reminded. These are so pale. Oh my goodness, I'm super fair, and these are incredibly pale on me. They're in the shades Angel Wing, Hot Shot, Pale Rose, and Pearl Bliss, and I just feel like even the most fair people, these are just so pale and subtle. And it's a shame because I really like this blush formula. I like the original 5 blushes they came out with a couple years ago. And not to say that I hate these, because I do feel like I will probably still use them in conjunction with other things. I doubt I will ever just use one of these by themselves because it's just too pale for me. It doesn't give me the blush effect that I want. But I would have loved to see more pigment in these. I'm sure a lot of people would have, because it's hard to imagine these will work for most people. These lip glazes, though, I'm very impressed with. I've loved the glosses they came out with in the past that they've since discontinued, so I'm happy there's a new version of these. I do feel like these are similar-ish in texture to their old glosses, with just some differences. Like, some are more sparkly, some are more just a cream finish. They are all very sheer, but they look really cute and they feel nice. The shades are Elixir, Free Fall, Hot Pursuit, Last Smoke, Penthouse, Pink Marquee, and Skinny Dip. I love the texture. They just glide on so smooth and glidey and slippy. They are not sticky in the slightest. These are really, really pretty. I'm very into these. On the topic of lip gloss, Lawless recently added 3 new shades, and I love Lawless's gloss. They are so gorgeous. They are plumping and they just look so pretty. I love this gloss formula. It's one of my top favorites. New shades are Bonbon, Candy Sky, and Dazette. They're all very like cutesy, candy themed. They have a very strong shine to them. Like, they're very almost metallic in their shine, in a way similar to the Ensley Rain ones, just in the sense of like, I don't see myself ever using these as like a thick opaque layer, more so just a tiny little dabble in conjunction with a lip liner to give a little bit of that glow and that shift without it being metallic overkill. But again, that's just my personal preference. I don't love metallic lips, but these are beautiful. They smell like candy. They are so beautiful on the lips when used in small amounts, and I just think these are cute, and I'm always happy to add new Lawless glosses to my collection. Sigma came out with a skin tint. I don't know if this will have launched by the time this video goes up or not, but it's launching on August 6th, so it'll either have already just launched or it's launching like the next day or something like that, but I'll have all the details in my description box anyways. But this skin tint is so beautiful. I'm wearing it today, actually in conjunction with that Rare Beauty powder, but I've been wearing this the last couple days and I think it is so pretty. It has a very nice kind of sheer to light coverage depending on how much you use. It blends so beautiful. It's a little bit thicker than some of the other skin tints I've used. I feel like some skin tints that I've used in the past are very watery, which is fine. That's kind of like what I've grown to expect. This has a little bit more of a thicker formula, like it kind of holds its place as I'm blending it out. It's not dripping everywhere. But this is beautiful. I'm really, really enjoying this. I'm happy to see a new complexion product from Sigma out there because this one's great. And then last but not least, to wrap all of this up, I recently visited with my friend Allie Dawson, and she's actually the friend I gave those Kidos quads to, but she gave me a couple makeup items as well that I have been playing with. I guess this isn't really makeup, but the Super Goop Glow Screen SPF 40. This is beautiful. Like, I will absolutely be going to this one specifically on days that like I'm going to the theme parks, for instance. Like, this will be my perfect Disney Day sunscreen because it gives my skin a glow and a radiance, almost as if I applied some makeup, but it's just the sunscreen. It is so pretty. Like, I can see myself just throwing this on, brow gel, mascara, and I am done. Not a single other step needed to feel a little more alive. That will take me no more than 2 minutes. I love this. I think this is just gonna be my go-to no makeup sunscreen. I probably won't use this on other days. Like, I have other sunscreens that I will apply before doing my makeup. I did wear it today just to see how makeup would apply over it. It applies beautifully, by the way. I can just see this specifically being delegated to my no makeup days where I wanna look a little more alive, but I'm not wearing any makeup. That's gonna be where this comes in. I also acquired the Glamlite calligraphy eyeliner. I'm wearing it today. I feel like it's a fine eyeliner. Like, it did the job. I created big wings. I was able to do both without it drying out before I got to the other liner. But I don't know. I'm indifferent. I feel fine about it. I have other liners maybe I like more. I think the Rare Beauty is still gonna be my #1 forever. But this is nice. I don't really have any complaints. I just don't know if I consider it like a new favorite. It's just gonna be one I probably use, but I don't know if this will end up being one that I feel the need to repurchase, if that makes sense. And last, she gave me this Too Faced Lip Injection Maximum Plump in the shade Yummy Bear. I'm wearing it today. It does not have as much pigment as it looks in the tube, obviously. It's a very sheer, it's just a kiss of color, but I love how plumping this is. I feel like I've used one of their lip plumpers a long time ago back in the day. Back when they only had clear shades, they didn't have like tinted shades. And I forgot how intensely plumping these are. They like burn and I love it. It feels so good. It smells nice. It smells like candy. Oh, that's cute. I love it. So yeah, I love a lip plumper. So I'm happy to add this one into my collection. Thanks, Allie. And yeah, that about wraps it up for all of the products that I tried out in the month of July. It was a pretty hefty month, I have to say, but I'm excited about a lot of this. There weren't too many flops, which is pretty darn cool. And I already know that there's some fun things coming up in the future, so excited to try some new things going forward. But I would love to hear your thoughts. Have you tried any of these? Do you want any of these? Have you tried anything new lately? Have you rediscovered anything that already exists in your collection? I wanna know down below. If you made it to the end of this video, you know, why don't you leave an animal emoji. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps my channel out a lot. And if you're not already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm BATTYBEAN there as well. Also, you can subscribe. I'm posting most days over here. And if you want to, you can join my channel memberships. The link to sign up will be down below. You'll get fun little perks, including a members only video once a month. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.